Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We've got a brand new bumper pull sitting behind me, a 2-horse. This is a 2023 Cimarron Norstar. Again, 2-horse bumper pull. Every one of our inventory pieces is very unique. We try to go in and do different options to them just to make the trailer more functional for you and just have those options that you're going to enjoy using on the trailer. It's just not a cookie cutter, let's order the standard 2-horse. We do something a little bit different with about every trailer that we put in inventory. So again, behind me is a 2023. Let's go ahead and take a look at the drawing. I'm going to point out some specs before we kind of walk through this trailer. So again, it's a 2-horse bumper pull. We're talking 15 feet of actual box area on this trailer. You're going to have a 3-foot extended nose for the hitch on it, but it's the standard 7'1" tall that Cimarron has and standard 6'10" wide. Now, as we walk through this, a lot of the other competitors will say our trailer is 7 foot wide. Now, with that being said, as long as there's no wheel well in there, they're usually about the same width. So if you put a tape measure to them, they're going to be, you know, about 6'9"3/4", somewhere in there, maybe 6'10", right in that area. So they might say it's a 7-footer, no wheel wells in there, put a tape measure to it. That's usually where it's going to end up. Now, again, every one of these has some add-ons. We kind of start with the basic package, but then always do extra things. One of the very first things is right up here at this hitch area. Again, you're gonna have a standard manual crank jack on it, single leg. This is a 2 5/16 ball is what's gonna be required for it. You rarely ever see new trailers with 2-inch balls anymore. It's usually a 2 5/16. That's how this one's equipped. This trailer is equipped with electric brakes. So when we plug it in, you'll either have to have an integrated brake controller on your tow vehicle, or, you know, also look at an aftermarket brake controller as well. We can help you with that. We usually need about a half day to go in and install an aftermarket. So we just need to plan ahead when you're actually coming for delivery on this trailer. Up here on the nose though, you're gonna have the stainless sheet. That's standard. You have the diamond plate down low. There are options to add additional to that to extend it up if you'd like, but it just helps with those kind of just rocks and general road debris as you're driving from hitting the front part of that trailer. Now this trailer here, you know, the way it's equipped, towing capacity, I mean, you could pull this easily with a 1/2-ton pickup. You know, even some of your smaller SUVs can handle this trailer that we're looking at right here. Now this one here, I'll show you when we get to the back of it, but we've got a folding rear tack and then obviously our front dressing room up front. Now, with that being said, we can do a couple different things to this one the way we've equipped it. First, when you come in here, you'll notice no saddle rack, you know, no post actually sitting here, but there is the hardware for it. Hardware in the floor and then the ceiling. So, I'll show you when we get to the back, we'll be able to take that saddle rack and that post if we'd like, and we could move it up to this front dressing room if we want. So again, there's a lot of different configurations you can do with this trailer specifically. But as you can see, a lot of floor space in here. We ended up adding a foot of floor length to this trailer, and we put it up here in this front tack room just to give you a little bit more space. Spare tires located behind me. You get the additional, the 5th aluminum wheel. Some manufacturers will go ahead and put a steel wheel on their spare. This one here, you're gonna have it all the way around. Couple things up here on the roof. You're going to have a clothes bar so you can actually hang some clothes. Again, you have room, even with that saddle rack in here, you're going to be able to function and move around in this trailer very comfortably. You have a row of bridle hooks. These are aluminum powder coat, so they're really strong. This is a new design that Cimarron came up with over the last couple of years. These hooks are a lot taller, a lot deeper off the actual wall. We understand you're going to be throwing a lot of halters, bridles, those type of items up here. The older style hooks, everything would just kind of, there was never enough and things would fall off. So carpet behind there. If you wanted to add additional hooks, we could do that through our parts and service department. We've got the carpet that we can do as well. We like carpet behind those items so they're not swinging against this aluminum, scuffing everything up, but also creating a lot of noise on the other side of this trailer where the horses are at. And then we did a corner water tank. Again, we do this a lot on trailers. We like to upgrade and put this on there. We were doing it a lot on trailers, just through our parts and service department. We said, hey, let's go ahead and just put them on right there at the factory, because it also helps us with locating the actual switch for our LED lights in here, so they're out of the way. But these are great because you can carry 25 gallons of fresh water on the trailer with you. Again, if you have a finicky horse, you're traveling, it's nice to have that water on board. Maybe you get to an event and the hydrant's a long ways away, nobody wants to pack those buckets. So to be able to carry 25 gallons right here, it's gravity feed, so it's very simple. Fill from the top and then drain from the bottom. It actually comes with a little hose. I recommend get you a little ball valve, and then you can just fill your buckets outside of the tack room. Then you're not even having to bring those in and out of the trailer itself. And then this step, fold up steps. Granted, this trailer is again the standard width, so you'll have some running board, but we like doing these steps just for the ease of moving in and out of these trailers. Stepping, granted this is with it being a bumper pull, 3,500 pound axles with the 15-inch wheels, it doesn't sit as high up off the ground, but that's still a pretty big step from where I'm standing to the bottom of this door frame. Even if that step or the running board ran all the way across, you're still going to have an additional step and a higher step getting in there. So we like these fold up steps just for the ease, again, of getting in and out of these tack rooms. Now on this door, you'll notice we don't have anything. So if you wanted to go in and add a door organizer, you could do that. Brush trays, you could do that. Maybe more hooks. It's completely up to you. That one's kind of a blank canvas for you there. And again, that fold up step is very easy. Just flip up and down on a gas shock. You will notice that this trailer is the silver metallic. Cimarrons come standard white sheeting, and then from there you can upgrade into silver metallic, charcoal metallic, champagne, black. There's a lot of different options. There will be an upgraded charge when you go from the white into a different color, but this one here, the silver metallic's become very popular again. It works really well with a lot of the truck color schemes out there in today's world. And then the black rims with some silver accent in there as well. It just kind of ties in well with this trailer. And black rims have really gained a lot of steam over the last few years, so we're incorporating them on these trailers as well. Like I mentioned earlier, 3,500 pound axles. That's more than enough axle for this trailer. You have the 15-inch wheels. You're going to have nitrogen filled tires on this trailer, so our PSI levels aren't going to fluctuate drastically like air will. You can put air to these perfectly fine, but you also get a 1-year no questions asked warranty on these tires and 2 years of roadside assistance. That is through Lion's Head, the vendor that Cimarron uses for their wheels and tires. You wouldn't go through Cimarron directly for that warranty part of it, but you would go through Lion's Head, but you are covered there. I mean, it could be a blowout, road debris, catch a nail, a screw in there that can't be patched. You'll be able to go ahead and get brand new tires on that within the first year of you owning it. 2 big bus windows. That's one thing that Cimarron does, is they try to really maximize the size of windows we can do on these tail side bus windows. There are options to do drop windows on this tail side, but if you look at a bus window, only half of it opens. So let's utilize as much space as we can to get them as large as we can. A lot of manufacturers will use, if you look on that tack door, about that size window is their bus window. So you can see the difference that Cimarron really tries to maximize, again, as much airflow as we can into these trailers, getting as big a bus windows as we possibly can. You'll notice up top too, there's a 16-inch awning light. Gets you a lot of light coverage out here because, hey, at times you're going to be doing stuff in the dark. We have one on each side of the trailer and one at the rear. So you have, again, plenty of light coverage throughout this trailer, because there will be times you're doing something in the dark. So as we're working to the back, we talked about the wheel and tire warranty. On Cimarron side of it, you're going to have an 8-year structure warranty and a 3-year hardware. So then you incorporate that with that wheel and tire. They really stand behind the product as far as warranties are concerned. Now, here we go. I mentioned it. Folding rear tack with that front dressing room. So back here, we have on the door, the left-hand door here, you've got a brush tray on the door. You've got more hooks on the door. You're going to have this rubber matting behind those hooks on this one, so that's why the carpet isn't incorporated here. The other reason why we do rubber back here rather than carpet is if you wanted to utilize this, remove this out, throw a couple bales of hay. You know, we don't want that hay getting in the carpet. And then also you can collapse this down out of the way and open up this rear stall area. So again, let's try to not do carpet back here in the stall area. But as you can see, here's that post. You have 2 saddle racks, 2 blanket poles. You can go in and add more. You can adjust these. You can change the sequence of them. It's very simple. You're literally just loosening up the nuts there, sliding them up and down where you want, and tighten them back up, or removing them out of the top of the actual post itself. So that can remove and go up front, and then we can collapse this folding rear tack down against the wall. Now, these are 60/40 setups. That's typical when you're looking at the standard width trailer. Just because we have this tack, we want this right-hand door to be a little bit bigger for horses getting in and out. They are independent doors, so they do go, there's not a certain sequence. You have a butt bar that goes across here. When we do custom orders for a lot of these setups with a folding rear tack, one thing we like to do is we like to say, hey, let's go ahead and put a butt bar for when you're using the folding rear tack. But then when this folds down against the wall, that bar is kind of useless. So we go in and we put a strap all the way across. So we just put some additional hooks and do that to where you can utilize it both ways as far as these trailers are concerned. Now in this stall area here, let's kind of start up front. We did feed bags in each stall. So you've got the triangle feed bags in each one. You're going to have this solid divider with pads on it. These things are fantastic. They're so well built, so strong. Everything has a radius to it. You can put your hands all over this divider. There's no sharp edges, no 90-degree, sharp angles, anything protruding out. Even on the paddle latch, you have this recessed aluminum cast piece here that is powder coated, and then this heavy UHMW plastic paddle latch. So as we open and close these, we don't have metal to metal contact, and again, easy to use. So you're not having to hold a divider in place as a horse is pushing against it, trying to put a pin in. So for safety purposes, it definitely is handy from that standpoint. And when you release it, they put these big springs on the bottom of these dividers. As you can see, I just let it go, and it wants to actually pull towards the driver's side of the trailer. And that's because of these springs down here on the bottom. So we're not having to hold dividers, leading horses on or off the trailer. We're actually tipped towards passenger side right now, so you can see that it wants to pull it towards that driver's side of this trailer itself. So we talked about the bus windows, but we'll talk about the roof a little bit here. So Cimarron comes standard with an aluminum roof. In my opinion, the most important aspect and benefit to this roof is what it does for the stall area as far as just comfort level and temperature control. So that will keep this stall area about 20% cooler than aluminum sheeted roof. Now when you get in those real hot months, 100-degree days, on asphalt, just hot temperatures alone, what we want is we want the horses to be as comfortable as possible. So by it keeping it 20% cooler, it makes a massive difference. And when you come on our lot, we can actually show you on those hot days, take you from one manufacturer with aluminum roof to a Cimarron on these horse trailers that are all sealed up, that have been in the heat all day. And you can physically tell a difference in the trailer temperature when you just step into it, just because of that roof. The other thing is it's very strong. It's a 1/2 inch thick, reinforced. It's a honeycomb design, so it takes substantial hail. You can walk on these roofs, it won't dent them. That's how strong and how well built they are. Then you're going to have 2 LED OptiBrite lights. We upgraded the OptiBrite. They're the big clear lens. Granted, this is a 2-horse. You have 2 of those lights in here, one above each horse. You could probably get away with just one, but we just kind of keep it with the standard 2 lights and then upgrade up into those OptiBrite lights. So again, a lot of light coverage throughout this. There's things that we can do to these trailers after the fact. If it isn't exactly what you're looking for, but it's dang close. So maybe you want a stud divider. So we could look at a couple different options. We could replace this entire divider with a solid stud divider, or we can go in and just add an extension to this. We can have that built so then you can use it as a stud divider. Maybe your horse prefers a rear ramp, or you need this trailer to be versatile. Maybe it's hauling horses one weekend, the next weekend you're going to throw in a four-wheeler or something like that and go hunting or go into the mountains, anything like that. So a rear ramp could be added to this trailer. With it being silver metallic, we'd have to order that ramp in. Right now, that's anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks to get that ramp in. We stock white ramps. We could either throw a white ramp on here, we could do an overlay. We've got another company that does a lot of graphics. We could go in and overlay it, make it silver, or we could order it in that silver. You can even go use the trailer, bring it back to us when that ramp comes in, and we can install it. Now on driver's side, again, I showed you those bus windows. I talked about that insulated roof, but as you can see, you've got these big, massive drop windows on the head side as well. Again, just like the bus windows, let's try to make these as big as possible so we can get a lot of airflow in there. Airflow makes a massive difference. Think about real hot days, 100 degrees, no air movement, it's miserable. A little bit of breeze kicks up and you feel a little bit better about life as far as just a comfort level by having that. So when we get this airflow into these trailers where the horses are at, you know, it's definitely going to keep them nice and cool. So we have big drop windows. We also have these jail bars that fold down. So maybe we want to throw a little bit more hay to a horse. When we stop somewhere, you can do that. Offer them some water, put it back up. Screens, we can get screens in for you. We'd have to order those in from Cimarron, but you can get the screens to go over the jail bars. But then you get these big, massive drop windows. All this is framework. So like our tack doors, our rear doors, these doors here are built the same way. A lot of framework, welded hinges with grease zerks. Very strong because we're going to open and close those every single time we use this trailer. The other thing too is these latches here are all key-like. So these drop window latches, tack door, rear doors, everything has one key. So it's real simple to just go around, open and close a trailer. And then again, there's another LED light above there. So you have, again, plenty of light coverage all the way around this trailer on each side, whether you're tacking or untacking. But a very good setup in a 2-horse bumper pull. Again, you can go with a lot of different other, options as far as how you want to build them. Maybe a hay rack. We can do an electric jack. There's a lot of just different things that can be done to these. So again, if it's not exactly what you're looking for and you have some time, we can build you a trailer exactly how you want it, or we can take something like this and maybe throw on that rear ramp for you and make it exactly how you want it. So I'm gonna give you the stock number on this one. Again, it's a 2023 Cimarron Norstar 2-horse bumper pull, 5N220801. We do take trade-ins. So if you're looking to upgrade, maybe you're even looking for a runaround trailer, going from living quarters, you don't need that anymore, into a bumper pull, we can do those type of trades with you. We can offer financing is available and delivery, so we can deliver this to your doorstep. So give us a call. Anyone on our sales team can help you out with that process. That number is 303-684-3400. Thanks for tuning in and have a good day.